every so often.
Did I forget to return a shirt?
Yeah.
Like, it would just, I didn't prefer it the other one. This is, yes, yes, this is something Ken previously had, not just the spikes. Oh, yeah, easy. Yep. No.
Good morning. I would like to call this meeting to order. It is 9:30 a.m. It is September 8th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the agenda, we have public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning applications. Is there anyone here to speak on agenda items? Hi, sir. I sure will. I know you just got here. You may not have looked at the agenda, but I am asking for any comment on agenda items other than rezoning. There is, yes, time to speak at the end, correct. Okay, then we will move on to approval of the minutes. We have the minutes from the September 24th, 2024 regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Next on the agenda would be the approval of the bills. Do I have a motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 6 on the agenda is the continuance of a public hearing on a petition requesting a change in zoning classification. This is continued from September 10th, 2024's regular meeting. And it has to do with the intersection of Westlake Road and Linden Avenue. The 3531 Westlake Road, now zoned MU1 and R1 single family residential, was asked for the parcel to be classified as MU1. And to talk about this petition being withdrawn is actually going to be Attorney Shaw.
Yes, we received a letter from the applicant requesting that the petition be withdrawn. If you recall, at the prior meeting, we had started a hearing and continued it until today. But since the petition has been withdrawn, at this point, there's no reason to continue from the board's perspective. So we can move on then to the next agenda item.
Okay, great. I'll give a quick report on that. Following the meeting, I reached out to those individuals on Linden Avenue and the areas surrounding, and we did actually meet here at the Township Building the following week, where the plans were looked at, and there was discussion from the residents. Something that was important for me, at least, to convey is that if this was not going to be put in, then it could be something else. And they were very clear with the developer about being in support of it remaining residential. So yeah, I think it was a good meeting and people were heard, so. Okay, we'll move on to the next agenda item. We have a notice of exclusion from a land development at 3979 West Ridge Road, and to speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. Good morning. The owners of 3979 West Ridge Road, Jeffrey C. and Christina M. Parker, are proposing a 290-square-foot addition to the existing eating and drinking establishment. This building has no prior land development plan to be amended, and since this addition was under 5,000 square feet, the plan is excluded from land development requirements, and the zoning permit was issued on October 3rd, 2024. There's no action necessary by the board. This is just a notification item.
Great, thank you so much, appreciate it. We're now going to move on to bids and quotes. The first is going to be from Chief Mook for a SWAT drone from the Mill Creek Police Department. Go ahead, Chief Mook.
Thank you. One of the trending police response tactics when dealing with a SWAT incident that requires a response indoors, either to a house, a business, a school, is to employ the use of a drone to survey the interior. This is a much safer tactic than it would be to employ a traditional manned entry team. Because of the indoor flight, no special license is needed to operate the drone. We have identified a specific drone for purchase, and this was recently demonstrated to the MPD SWAT commander at the National Tactical Officers Association's annual conference last month. The manufacturer is Unmanned Vehicle Technologies, and the model is the DJI Avata 2 Fly. Total price is $2,490.99 to be taken from the major equipment section of the budget.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Chief Mook?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Next on the agenda is the multi-factor authentication MFA project in the Mill Creek Police Department. Chief Mook.
Thank you. The FBI is requiring that the police department have a multi-factor authentication to access computers that use NCIC data, and this was mandated to occur by October 22nd of this year. This was a budgeted item in 2024 in the amount of $10,000. VNet provided a quote of $4,800, which includes hardware and labor. The remaining $5,200 will be spent on an ongoing fee of $365.50 per month licensing fee, which will cover licensing through 2025.
Great. Any questions for Chief Mook?
I have a question. So is that cost based on the number of computers we have that are that have NCIC access, Carter, do you know, or is it? I'm just wondering, moving forward, this is going to be an ongoing expense, right? That
There's going to be an ongoing $365.50 fee.
Could that increase or unknown?
Unknown, but this is going to be the fee till the end of next year.
Okay. So is it based on the number of terminals we have, or that's just the fee?
It's just a flat fee.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll follow up with a question. And is it for all of our officers? A
Yes.
flat fee for all the officers? Okay.
For the whole department, right.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. The next on the agenda is the Law Enforcement Accreditation Services, LEAS, Mill Creek Police Department. Captain Chief Mook, what am I saying?
Thank you.
Chief,
Do I have something to worry about?
we'll talk later.
A company called Law Enforcement Accreditation Services has provided a quote to MPD in the amount of $50,000 for assistance in accomplishing accreditation here. There are multiple reasons why an agency should become accredited. One is potential insurance savings. Another is incorporation and implementation of policy best practices. Another reason is stronger community relations and confidence in the agency. We had previously submitted an application under the U.S. Department of Justice's accreditation grant program to fund the project. However, we recently learned that the grant application was denied. Funding for this project will be paid under the major equipment section of the police budget. LEAS has estimated that the project will be completed no more than 2 years from the start date. They will assist in maintaining accreditation so that we are set up for success in the future. And this company is a PA-specific accreditation company, and the contract is well below the maximum contractor work per hour rate set by the federal government.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions? Oh, yes,
No,
sorry,
I think
Chief Mook.
Attorney Shaw has comment next.
Okay, Chief, yes, thank you.
Yeah, on this accreditation services, I just received the contract today, and so I would suggest that if the board is inclined to approve this, it would be subject to, our review of the contract and ensuring that it contains the terms and conditions that we typically include in professional services contracts.
Okay, great, thank you very much. And yes, the accreditation would be extremely important to our police department. Do I have any questions for Chief Mook? Okay, is there a motion to approve the agenda request?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the door security IT for the Mill Creek Police Department. And I have the permission of Chief Mook to go ahead and read through this. This request comes from Chris Filson, who is in the IT at the Mill Creek Police Department, and these are the door lock cores. In order to improve security, door lock cores for exterior entrances should be replaced. This will defend against any possible unaccounted for keys and were used since the last rekey of the doors and force the use of the new electronic key fobs. It is Chris Filson's recommendation that all 11 exterior doors with access to PD have new key cores put in. A quote that was sent to Mr. Berger from Builders Hardware and Specialty Company for $911.76 provides for the needed hardware. This will fall under the door security project that was in the 2024 capital budget. The rest of the project is now complete and has a surplus that will more than cover this request. Any questions for Chief Mook? I will make that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. Mr. Bach seconded. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Bell Valley Pool Covers in the Park and Rec Department. To speak on this is Ms. Marsteller.
Thank you. The Parks and Rec Department is seeking approval for the purchase of pool covers for the Bell Valley Pool Complex. Winterizing the pool complex with pool covers will help provide protection and support to the pool frame and shell. This protection will add longevity to the pool structure and hopefully decrease pool repairs required over time. The loop block super dense mesh pool covers were sought as they are a high quality commercial pool cover with a 15-year warranty. The Parks and Rec Department has previously used this brand and has been pleased with the wear and the quality of the product. Both pools required a custom cover due to the pool dimensions and the water inlets of the pool. The small pool required a custom cover of 20 feet by 52 feet. The big pool required a custom cover as well of 47 feet by 77 feet, 7 inches. Quotes were sought for these custom pool covers. Specs, measurements, and pool pictures were given to both Easy Clean and Colley's Pools and Spa. There was only one company that was able to provide timely pricing for a custom loop lock pool cover, which was Easy Clean Pool Supply. Easy Clean submitted a quote for both pool covers for $17,490 plus freight. The purchase of these Bell Valley pool covers was included in the Parks and Recreation capital budget, and $18,500 was allotted for these covers. So it is my recommendation to approve the purchase of the two custom pool covers for Bell Valley from Easy Clean Pool Supply for $17,490 plus freight.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions for Ms. Marsteller? Do I have a motion to approve the pool covers?
Yes, you do.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next on the agenda are the communication services and administration. And I will read on this. The subject is communications. The message, Mill Creek Township is seeking the approval of entering into an agreement with Kate & Company to develop and implement a strategic communications plan. Kate & Company would provide senior level consulting, strategic communication planning, strategic communication services, graphic design services, and project management. The contract would be for 1 year, beginning 10/15/24 through 10/14/2025, paying the retainer of $1,700 monthly, totaling $20,400, which will be taken from the budget. It is my recommendation that Mill Creek enter into the 1-year agreement with Kate & Company beginning October 15th, 2024, and ending October 14th, 2024, at the retainer of $1,700 per month.
Kim, I would also, to the extent the board is inclined to approve this, also recommend it be subject to creation of a professional services agreement in accordance with our standard terms and conditions.
Okay. All right, any questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second? I'll second it. Motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by me. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
No.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next up on the agenda would be the bid results and award for the 2024 collection of waste and recycling designated township facilities. This is in the CRS department, and to speak on this is Ms. Stutzman.
Good morning, thank you. A public bid opening was held on Tuesday, October 1st at 3:15 p.m. And we did receive one bid from Waste Management for the township waste and recyclable materials collection from designated township facilities. I can go through that now. The fixed monthly fee for weekly, 1 time per week collection of 4 cubic yard dumpsters, two trash, 2 recyclable, at a monthly rate per container for trash is $129.83 per container. For recycling is $77.45 per container. Do you want me to read the 3-month extension option as well?
Sure.
Okay. The 3-month extension option for this is the trash is $136.58 per container, and recycling is $81.48 per container.
Thank you very much. And this is for our township waste, is that correct?
That's correct. And so this covers all of our township dumpsters, 30-yard roll-offs, and anything kind of in between that's needed. So I'm just going to keep moving on. I've got a couple pages here.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I didn't
okay.
mean to stop you. That's right, it keeps going.
It keeps going. Number 2 is the fixed monthly fee for weekly, 2 times per week collection. Again, 4 cubic yard dumpsters. There are 2 waste and 2 recycle. The monthly rate per container, and again, this is a 3-year term. The monthly rate per container for trash is $258.56, and for recycling is $207.58 per container. The 3-month extension option for trash is $393.01 per container, and recycling is $315.52 per container. Number 3 is the fixed rate for an as-needed pickup service method. The monthly rate indicates a rate for a 2-yard, 4-yard, and 6-yard dumpster, and I'm going to read those as follows. For the 3-year term, the 2-yard dumpster is $37.59 per pickup. The 6-yard container is $56.57 per pickup, and the 4-yard container is $80.62 per pickup. The 3-month extension options for those same containers, the 2-yard is $39.54 per pickup. The 6-yard container is $59.51 per pickup, and the 4-yard is $84.81 per pickup. Moving on to number 4 is the fixed price per haul as needed pickup service method of 30-yard cubic yard roll-offs. The 3-year term, and we have 4 of those dumpsters, the 3-year term is $389.24 per haul. The 3-month extension option is $409.48 per haul. Number 5 is the fixed price per ton as needed pickup service method of the 30-yard cubic roll-offs, and there are 4 of those. The 3-year term is $71.32, and the 3-month extension is $75.03. Number 6 is the fixed collection rate for the following container types. The 2 cubic yard dumpster of township waste as needed collection is $37.59 per pickup. The 2 cubic yard container with casters and a locking bar for township waste is an as needed collection. That is $37.59 per pickup. The 4 cubic yard dumpster for recyclable materials weekly collection, bless you, is $77.45 per month. The 4 cubic yard dumpster of township waste weekly collection is $129.83 per month. The 4 cubic yard dumpster with locking bars, recyclable materials weekly collection is $77.45 per month. The 4 cubic yard dumpster with locking bars for township waste weekly picked up is $129.83 per month. A 10 cubic yard roll-off of township waste per ton is $71.32. The 10 cubic yard roll-off of township waste per haul is $389.24. The 20 cubic yard roll-off of township waste per ton is $71.32. The 20 cubic yard roll-off of township waste per haul is $389.24. The 30 cubic yard roll-off of township waste per ton is $71.32, and the 30 cubic yard roll-off of township waste per haul is $389.24. For extra services, we have a container type of a 4 cubic yard dumpster of township waste, a fixed fee of $333.66, and a 4 cubic yard dumpster of recyclable materials is $333.66. And there was just one bid deviation. They requested to discuss the number 21 termination of the contract. The township reserves the right to terminate this agreement for or without cause upon 30 days prior to written notice to the contractor.
And I have reviewed that request for deviation, and that I'm fine with changing the 30 days to the 90 days that they requested, and
Okay.
would recommend approval based on that.
All right, any questions for Ms. Stutzman? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Now on to number 9 on the agenda, the new and amended ordinances under review. And to speak on this is Mr. Shaw.
Thank you. First one is, again, this subdivision and land development ordinance. We're continuing to do the final review on that. Next is the International Property Maintenance Code and International Fire Code updates. The township had previously adopted both of those codes, and we currently use the 2015 version. It's been recommended that we need to move to the 2018 version, and we're working through that 2018 version to accommodate those changes. And lastly, there are employees' pension plan amendments. The township, based on recommendations from Mockenhop, the pension administration company is looking to amend the general employee pension plan to clarify which employees are covered under the plan and to amend leave of absence provisions. We did not receive final comments on this in sufficient time to advertise for this meeting, so this matter will be on the agenda for the October 22nd meeting.
Great, thank you very much. Number 10 on the agenda, Resolution 2024-R34 is a resolution pursuant to 2015 R20 in the Municipal Records Manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. And to speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, if I could just quickly, Chief Mook, I noticed in here, actually Lydia noticed that the start date for these records appear to be a week off from the end date of the last resolution that we had. I'm assuming that's an error and that we should go with, starting with that extra week.
Correct, yes.
Okay. So before you is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The records to be disposed include MVR BWC footage that includes test recordings from 8/1 of 24 through 8/23 of 24, traffic stops from 7/2 of 24 through 7/24 of 24, incident only in special circumstances from 10/1 of 22 through 10/22 of 22, and case arrest or case report, arrest report, SRR unknown types from 10/1 of 2004 through 10/22 of 2004. I recommend that you approve the disposal of these records.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 11 on the agenda is Resolution 2024 R35, which is a resolution to amend Resolution 2023 R35 to amend the Mill Creek Township Business Development Loan Program. And to speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, I would just note back on the municipal records resolution, we'll make that change to revise the resolution that was before you.
Okay.
Turning now to our 2024 R35, you may recall in September of 2023, the Erie County RDA and the township entered into a professional services agreement for the provision of professional services by the Erie County RDA to administer the Mill Creek Township Business Development Revolving Loan Program. Loan program was initially started during COVID and was updated in 2023. Before you is a resolution that would further amend the scope of the loan program to permit the township to direct the Erie County RDA to issue funds in the form of grants from the interest received on the loans that are issued under that general business loan program. My recommendation would be to approve this amendment, and it is my understanding that it is the township's intent to direct the Erie County RDA to approve a grant in the amount of, I believe it's $15,000 per year to Fly Erie to assist with the Erie County Airport effort to draw in additional airlines to that airport.
Thank you very much. I will add too that it would be to the Erie Chamber and Growth Partnership's efforts in Fly Erie. Okay, any questions for Mr. Shaw or for me? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve this Business Development Loan Program amendment. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made a motion and it was seconded by Mr. Olet. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
No.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 12 on the agenda is a resolution 2024 R36, a resolution of the Mill Creek Township of Mill Creek, County of Erie, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing the exoneration of outstanding property taxes, penalties, interest, and fees for the tax years of 2016 through 2023 for the Erie County Tax ID 33-053-225 0-00176, and for the tax years 2006 to 2023 for the tax ID 33-055-247-00985. To speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Yep, actually, I will speak on it.
I apologize. It's Mr. Shaw.
Tell by the shock on Matt's face.
Go ahead, Matt.
Before you is Resolution 2024 R36, it authorizes the exoneration of the real estate taxes for the two properties that you described in the resolution. Notice how I avoided having to repeat all those numbers.
Yes.
Both of these parcels were recently deleted by the Erie County Bureau of Assessment based on the determination of no value or that the trailers on the properties no longer exist. The township taxes to be exonerated at the property located at 3558 West 22nd Street are from the time period between 2016 and 2023, and total approximately $10.91. The township taxes to be exonerated on the property located at 4065 West Ridge Road are from the period between 2006 and 2023, and the total is approximately $574.81. The school district has already approved CDC's request, and it would be my recommendation to approve this resolution.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Shaw? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Financial security release to Cooley Pools and Spas for Janine and SD Coley, developer. And to speak on this now is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you very much. Yes, as you mentioned, the developer for Cawley Pools and Spas Land Development Plan, Janine M. and SD Cawley, are requesting the release of their financial security for this project. It has been reviewed and inspected by the Township Engineering Department. There is a form in front of you signed by Township Engineer Rob Rodemoyer authorizing the release of the letter of credit. So at this time, we would recommend that the board release Bank of America check number 38060 in the amount of $48,974.20.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Waldinger? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next up, number 14, we have financial security reduction. Whispering Woods subdivision Phase 7C, Renaud Peck Real Estate Developer. To speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, Renaud Peck Real Estate LLC is the developer of Whispering Woods subdivision Phase 7C. They're requesting a reduction to their financial security for required public improvements. There is 859.33 feet of sidewalk remaining to be installed and inspected. The township calculates that at $54 per linear foot for a total of $46,403.82. They still have not completed monumentation, which totals $7,000 as an estimate, and then the township also keeps a 10% contingency. This would result in a $19,344.80 reduction to their letter of credit, taking it from $78,089 to $58,744.20. There is a form in front of you from the township engineer authorizing this reduction in security. So at this time, we would recommend that Erie Bank letter of credit number 1640 be reduced to the amount of, be reduced by, let me double check these numbers. Yeah, it would be reduced to the amount of $58,744.20.
Great.
That's the recommendation.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Waldinger? Oh, hold on. We may have.
Matt, if you look at the engineer's certification,
Yes.
the reduction requested to says 45,493.84.
Yes.
And then down below, it checked off at 52,804.20.
Correct. Yeah, if you, that is, the developer requested a reduction to that amount, but if you see that checkbox, their request for reduction should be approved, but to a higher amount of
Okay.
$58,744.20. The form says 58,744.20.
You have in front of us here, it's 52,804.
That's, if I could see that, I don't see that in my forms. Mine says 58, 744, 20.
I have to the Board of Supervisors, the engineer certification reduction for security.
So, yeah, you're right, I do not have. I would recommend then going with the signed version, which is the number that Ms. Caparosa just mentioned, and appears that you have in front of you.
Okay, so I guess I'll ask for a motion based on the signed version, which is 52,000, I don't see the signed version. $52,804.20. So I will accept a motion using the number that I just stated.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Is there any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next up on the agenda is the Stormwater Management Operation and Maintenance Agreement at 3919 Colonial Avenue. And I will have Mr. Waldinger speak on this.
Thank you. Yes, this was from Township Engineer Rob Rodemoyer. This is to approve an operation and maintenance agreement for a small stormwater management system at 3919 Colonial Avenue. He recommends approval of the listed O&M agreement, and there is a form signed by the owner that accompanies the request.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Waldinger? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. We are now moving to 16 communications. Do we have any treasurer communications today? Miss Page.
I do not.
Thank you very much. We have a transfer request in the Building Maintenance Department to Streets Department, and to speak on this is going to be Mr. Olet.
Thank you. This is from Sean McClellan in administration. This is a transfer from the Building Maintenance Department to a streets labor position. This is Michael Swanson. There's no change in his pay rate. Mike has been a laborer for building maintenance since November of 2023. He'll be making a lateral transfer to streets as a laborer for that department. I'll make that in the form of a motion.
Great, thank you very much. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Mr. Olet made a motion to approve the transfer, and Mr. Bach seconded. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next, we have a hiring request in the Streets Department. And again, to speak on this will be Mr. Olet.
Thank you. Again, from Sean McClellan in administration. This is a new hire approval as a streets maintenance laborer. This is Derek Brine. Derek has a retroactive hire date of October 1st at the rate of $20.74 an hour. Derek worked for J. Thomas Tree Service previously. He was also a crew member at Brooks Landscaping. Prior to that, he was a foreman at Garino Construction, and he has experience in construction, masonry, and welding. He also has plowing and salting experience. He has a Class A CDL. I'll make this hire in the form of a motion.
Okay.
I'll second, Dan.
I had a motion made by Mr. Olet for the hiring, and I had a second by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. We have some training requests, and the first to speak is from the CRS, Community Relations and Sustainability Department, Ms. Stutzman.
Thank you. The Manufacturer and Business Association is holding a class in Erie on December 3rd titled Leadership 2. The 5-part series addresses the challenges of this position in a highly interactive and relaxed atmosphere. Topics in Course 2 include one-way versus two-way communication, active listening skills, and identifying different personalities, and the class runs from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. For MBA members, the class is $225 per person, and it's my recommendation to send Millfair Compost Center foreman Jim Schaefer to this class, and he has already taken Leadership 1. This expense will be taken out of the training line item of the 2024 CRS budget.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Ms. Stutzman? I have one question. How did he like the first session?
He really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Good.
these classes have been really, really informative and helpful.
Good, excellent, very good. It's nice when we can actually train people when they get promoted versus, learning on the job. That's awesome. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the training request?
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Bach made a motion, and it was seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes?
I vote yes, motion carries. Now, Chief, we have a Mill Creek Police Department training request. Go ahead.
Thank you. There's an optics enhanced pistol instructor course being offered October 21st through the 23rd at the Conneaut Lake Sportsmen's Association. The course is designed to update current firearms instructors in Pennsylvania to train other law enforcement officers in the use of pistol-mounted optics. I am requesting approval to send 3 of our current firearms instructors, Lieutenant Haynes, Corporal Mikowski, and Detective Katerna, to the course. Tuition is $525 per person, totaling $1,575. Due to the location, there are no other associated travel costs. Travel will be by department vehicle.
Great, thank you. I will make a motion to approve that training request.
I'll second that.
Thank you. I made the motion, and it was seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes?
I vote yes, motion carries. Finally, we have Planning and Development Department. We have one training request. God bless you. Mr. Waldinger.
Yes, thank you. This is a retroactive request to allow my attendance at the Erie Homecoming event that was sponsored by the Chamber last Thursday. This event was very beneficial. I did appreciate the opportunity to go. The amount for my attendance was $99. That's the government rate for the event, and so I'm asking for retroactive approval.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the request?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes?
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. And I will make a quick report on that. Dan Olet, Matt Waldinger, and I attended the Erie Homecoming put on by the, the Erie Chamber and Growth Partnership. And this brings together businesses, governments, and companies from all over the area to kind of get a pulse of what's going on in the economic community and really the planning that goes into the strength of our economy here in Erie County. So it was very informative. I learned about so many different cool projects that are happening throughout the entire area. So it was great, and very informative. So thanks for coming with us, Matt. Okay, next we have the Acato Convention. Oh, from the Administration Department. Sorry, that's wrong on my script here. And to speak on this, I guess, I can speak on this one. The Acato Conference is going to be held this year on Thursday, October 24th at Nick's Place. This is obviously it's an annual conference of the Convention Committee for Acato. And for those that are not familiar, the Acato is the Erie Council of Township Association, Township Supervisors throughout the area. And I'm actually on the committee for this. And we have two different individuals that are going to be attending, Dan Olette and Kim Clear. The total for this is $56. We have a lot of great speakers that come to this event and talk about different things that other townships are doing in the community, and what is going on statewide, legislation that could be coming down that could affect us as townships as well. So it's always fun, and we get to see all of our other all the other supervisors in the area. So anyway, I'll make that in the form of a motion to approve Dan and I to go to the Acato Annual Conference.
I'll second.
Thank you very much. I made a motion. It was seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olette, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Okay, and next we have our executive sessions. Those were held on September 26th, 2024, and October 2nd, 2024. On September 26th, personnel matters were discussed, as well as legislation matters related to easement disputes, code enforcement, and sign disputes, real estate matters related to sanitary sewer easements, stormwater easements, and park and rec facilities. We also had a meeting on 10/2 of 2024 where we discussed personnel matters, litigation matters related to code enforcement, federal lawsuit, sign dispute, easement disputes, and real estate matters related to park and rec facilities, sanitary easements, and stormwater easements. Solicitor Communications, Mr. Shaw.
Nothing further on my end.
Okay. Now we are at the citizens to be heard. Are there any citizens that are to be heard? Okay, go ahead and come forward, sir. You have 5 minutes. We do have a microphone right over here. You only need to state your name into the record, but if you, when you're done, you can write your name and address on the sheet.
Do you want me to write it down here?
Yes, you can later. Go ahead and you can
Okay.
speak first.
Anthony A. Godecker. I'm a resident of 2604 Golf Club Road. Back in '96, Mill Creek entered a lien against our property. The lien gave the index number at the top of the page. I had brought it forward to many meetings at the Sewer Authority, which now has been abandoned, I believe. It's just run by the Mill Creek Supervisors. It was discussed. They even had 2 letters brought forward from the Department of Health in the city of Erie, and also from the regional district in Meadville of DEP. And it was pointed out that we did not have access to the sewer that was installed that we were liened with. The lien number does not exist, as I found out recently at the assessment office. The number in the lien does not exist. It has no value. And we were liened, we were charged with money, we were required to sign a contract that put the lien in as part of an exhibit. Very simple. But how could it be that you came and collected monies on a property that didn't exist? The index does not exist. It's very simple. But yet there's over a $60,000 bill that Attorney Shaw had pointed out. And we we had asked for a receipt, and he said the receipt is our contract. So this contract that exists doesn't exist. It's real simple. So I tried to call each of the supervisors, but nobody returned my call. I also tried to call Mark over there, and he was in court. So I called 3 different times, but there was never a return call. So I'm wondering, we've never also received any tax bills on this piece of property. And I would think that the assessment office would be really on that because it's quite a large piece. It has to be over 8 acres, according to what's in the description of the contract that we signed that doesn't exist. So with that, I don't know where we go, except that Congress has said for me to send in a request and they will review it. I can do that, but I'm coming to Mill Creek supervisors first to see if there's anything that can be resolved in it. So with that, I'm not going to go into all the details. There's additional details that even makes it even further a calamity that was been done by, it would have been the solicitor that filled out the lien. Resolution 96-2 is part of that lien. And 96-2 says it was advertised in the Erie Times back around the 17th of April of 1994 that the resolution would be that the sewer would be installed in Mill Creek Township, Kimberly Heights, alongside of Golf Club Road. So the sewer would have never even been built in Golf Club Road, but it was. And in 96.2, in the lien, it states that the sewer was built alongside of Golf Club Road in 1995, but it never was. It was built in the north side of Golf Club Road, and there was a form inside of the resolution that was approved all by Mill Creek, by the supervisors of that sewer project, that stated that all the properties surrounding Kimberly Heights did not have access to the sewer. So we didn't even have access to the sewer as it was advertised, as it was put in an ordinance and in a resolution, and the collection there took place, and we were threatened with a document that came from Mr. Blount, who stated that we were going to be sheriff's sale if we didn't pay. So my wife, she came on board and spoke to the solicitor at that time that drew the contract, because she was concerned that all of this stuff could happen against us, because I had symptoms of cancer, but I didn't have any proof that there was cancer. No doctor would give us a certificate, so I couldn't even approach and tell the supervisors that I could be fighting cancer. Not until after we signed the agreement did the doctors operate on me in 2005, around my birth date of my first grandson with a Goedicker name. And in that report, it was found out I had stage 4. So they didn't even know if I was going to live or not. So I was under treatment for roughly 12 to 13 years of tests and everything else. But then there was the second the cancer came back in the form of lung disease, and they had to take out the majority of my left lung. And that happened in 2016 and 2017. That's how long this thing has been going on. They never wanted me to be involved in Mill Creek Township. The doctors from the Cleveland Clinic and also from Squirrel Hill Cancer Medical Center in Pittsburgh also said, you start fighting all of this again. But Mill Creek never bothered to pay any attention to when I came in, so they said, why even bother? Because they don't even bother to care about what you brought in and told the truth, that the index number never existed.
Mr. Godecker?
So that's it.
So your question specifically is,
Say what?
first of all, I want to say I'm sorry for all of your health that you have had
I'm
to.
hard of hearing.
I'm very sorry that you've had so many health problems. And I'm glad to see that you're okay, first of all.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Second of all, I just want to make sure I know specifically what your question is. Maybe we can speak after the meeting, unless is there any comments from anyone right now? I think this might be something we need to look at a little further.
Okay, you're agreeing to that?
To take a look at what you have, and we'll have some further discussion. I think that
It's all contained in the letter from your solicitor, Attorney Senate, which you already have. It's a huge file. It's about you big. That was something else. We were never, through the Freedom of Information Act, allowed to look at anything until he mailed that letter to Al Wolfslayer, my wife's attorney.
Okay.
And that was also her boss that
Okay.
she worked under.
All right, we will definitely take a look after this meeting. Let's at least
Do you
get your
want me to
information.
stay?
Pardon me?
Do you want me to stay?
Yes, we're about to
Okay.
be done here in a minute. Thank you. Is there anyone else here to speak? Any citizens to be heard? Okay. No other citizens? Oh. I wasn't trying to get...
Dangle the worm one too many times.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to get you up there, Jerry.
Jerry Svidio, 1720 West Gore Road. Anything more on EMS? Meetings? Anything going on with the county?
The advisory group has been meeting with county council members, so that is still in progress. That's really where we're at right now.
Well, I hope you really, all you you take an oath when you take this job, to serve Mill Creek Township residents. And I'm concerned about this EMS deal. I'm concerned with a lot of stuff that goes on. I'm not here all the time, but, you take an oath to work together, to work for the betterment of Mill Creek and for the betterment of the citizens. So, to me, I just would like to be more informed about it. I don't know if you put it out on the website. I'll be perfectly honest and say I don't pay much attention to it. I pay attention to when the meetings are coming up. So if you have meetings, I'd like to go to them because I don't believe it's in the best interest of at least me. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. I think that we actually have the county executive that will be coming to Mill Creek Township to be talking about the budget, his budget proposal, and they arranged that. Sorry, I'm going to look that up. And because I do believe that there may have been a portion of that in the budget proposal, according from the county. And it's going to be in the evening. And it is scheduled for October. Hold on. Emily put it in. I know she did. But we will get that information out there. I really wish I could give it to you right now. So I do know that they are going to be coming to talk to the budget. It'll be in the evening. I'm pretty sure that it's the third week of October. I think it's like the 26th maybe. So look for that to come, and they will, maybe some of the questions could be answered there as well. Okay, all right.
If I may add, I think I did find it.
Oh, you did find it.
I think it's, correct me if this sounds correct, or if this sounds wrong, but Wednesday, October 23rd at 5:30 PM, county executive presentation.
That's what it is, yes. So October 23rd, that's a Wednesday,
5:30 PM.
5:30 PM. That's, I think, their setup time. I think it begins at 6.
6, okay.
So yes, then people will be able to come, hear about the budget, and yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, if there is no one else, then I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second.
Okay, motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Meeting adjourned.